Welcome back to JW's Backyard. Now you got to ask yourself, do you dream of being the new Go-Kart DK? And no, I don't mean Donkey Kong, I mean Drift King. Do you dream of being known along with the greats like Chelsea Denofa, Vaughn Gittin Jr., James Dean, JW, as you can see by my array of trophies here? And no, there's not two soccer trophies, a fourth place paintball trophy, and a tractor pull trophy that's not even mine. These are definitely drifting trophies. Well, if you have that dream, you might ask yourself, how do you become a better drifter? Well, first, you got to practice. But almost more important than practicing and getting that seat time is having the right setup. So, we've got our 459 Predator drift kart here, and it's got plenty of power to drift, but it has no steering angle. You know, that's what you need with drifting. You need some power. Despite a common misconception, you need grip, a decent amount of it. Not too much though, not too little. And you need steering angle. And this kart does not have any steering angle. That's all the steering angle it has here. That's it. So it's got plenty of power to get into drift, but I don't have the angle to keep it in drift smoothly without spinning out. So I'm gonna show you today how to get some extra steering angle out of your kart. And it's super easy. And this isn't just for drifting, this is any kart application where you need some more steering angle. You know, a lot of these factory frames come limited to where you only have this small bit of angle, and it ends up being kind of dangerous because, you know, brakes on karts never works really well, and if you're headed towards a tree and you can't steer away from it, then you're going to end up getting hurt. So I'm going to show you what you got to do to change it up. Let's get to work. All right, so this is what we're starting with. This is how much steering angle we have with the factory setting. That's it. And other way. That's all we have that way. So pretty much no angle. Look how much space it takes me just to turn around in a circle. So to get some extra angle out of this kart, what we're going to do is just drill a new hole here in the arm coming off of the spindle. And that's going to be our new mounting point for our tie rod. Now this is similar to what you see in cars where they get a short knuckle for drifting. What it does is it reduces the length of the arm coming off of the knuckle, and that gives you extra steering angle. You could theoretically drill multiple holes and, you know, just change the settings as you go, but it's going to reduce the amount of metal you have in this arm and could make it a little fragile, especially if you have multiple settings. But we'll get our hole drilled and see what kind of difference we get out of it. And a little tip, if you are going to be drilling in a lot of metal, go ahead and get the cobalt drill bits. These cut through metal like butter. Don't get that titanium junk, because your drill bit's going to be dull after about one hole, and you're going to spend hours trying to drill a hole that's drilled in a couple seconds. This makes a huge difference. You pay a little extra, but I'm telling you, it pays for itself. All right, so I'm gonna measure and make sure the other side is the same length. All right, so now you may have to adjust the length of your arm once you move to the new setting. With this one, we're gonna have to lengthen it so it can fit. If I move this wheel in to meet the arm, this thing's gonna be out of alignment. So I'm gonna try as hard as I can to not move this wheel so we stay in alignment. So let's see if we can get a little extra length on it, enough to reach that new hole. All right, so we're almost there. Just a little more and we'll have it. All right, so we're mounting our new hole here. We'll get this tightened down and we'll do the other side and see what difference it made. All right, so get the other side on. And the new hole was about 45 millimeters away from the old hole. So we'll see what kind of change we see out of that amount of distance. All right, so you saw all it took to get a little extra steering angle on your kart. And if you see, this is the steering angle we have now. We're a little limited over there because the tie rod isn't long enough, so probably need to get a longer one of those. I didn't have enough threads on both sides to really get it like I wanted it, but we got some extra steering angle, and now we're actually limited by the frame itself. The arm there coming off the spindle is actually hitting the inside of the frame here, so got a little bit extra, but if we want even more with just changing the mounting position this little bit, all we got to do is just trim out a little bit of the frame or a little bit off that arm, and it'll give us a little more clearance. But let's go see what this thing will do. And you can see here what I'm talking about. We're actually hitting right there, so we can notch either one of those and get a little extra. All right, so you saw we got a bit more angle just changing the mounting holes for the tie rods. Now I still got to get a longer tie rod for this side. As you can see, it doesn't have quite as much angle as this wheel over here, but I also just realized that the arm coming off of the spindle is a little bent on this side, so that's probably has a little bit to do with the little bit more angle we got on this side and why we need a longer tie rod over there. But it's getting a little wet out here, a little hard to handle. So I think I'm gonna pack it up and I'll see you next time.